Hello, everybody. My name is Stephen Mead. I'm the managing broker here at Domicile Real Estate for people who love houses. And this is window shopping, where we take a look at usually at least one cool listing. And I tell you a little bit about it, sometimes things that really aren't in the listing materials. Obviously, my thoughts. So, you can agree with them, disagree with them, write in the comments, do whatever. But we love architectural homes here. And I love architectural homes. And so this is really kind of a chance to maybe take a little bit of a deeper dive into some of these cool houses that come up for sale. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm really excited for this one because I think this house represents something that before long will just be so insanely expensive that nobody will have a chance to buy something like this at even a remotely attainable price point. So I'm very excited this week to kind of talk about this house because I do think it's a bit of a unique opportunity. So this is 3111 Deluna Drive. It is in Rancho, Palos, Verdes, which means, yes, it does have a beautiful panoramic ocean view, view of the harbor, the Vincent Thomas Bridge, which is that big green bridge you see in San Pedro. It's priced just under $1.6 million, and it is on nearly a half acre of land. So this is a panoramic ocean view property on nearly a half acre of land for well under $2 million. I don't think this will exist for very much longer, at least not in any remotely habitable area. It's not a huge house, but it has walls of glass, which makes it feel quite a bit bigger. It's just under 2,000 square feet. Built in 1960. This one is not our listing. It is listed by Belia Osborne of Realux Real Estate Group. But let's go ahead and get started and talk about this house because it is an architectural gem, but also the location really is a plus. And what you're looking at here is actually the back of the house. There is this absolutely gorgeous kind of grassy knoll that this house sits on, and then the house kind of wraps around to encompass the view. I mean, really something incredible. Here's kind of a bigger view of that grassy knoll. You can also see there is an abandoned swimming pool over here. It's not filled with water at the moment. I'd imagine it needs some work, but you can kind of see how this house is shaped here. It's kind of an opened L-shaped home. You've got a driveway that comes up along here. So your pool also has panoramic views as well. So you can get kind of a better look here. This is really sort of the main part of the view of the house. You've got this gorgeous kind of freestanding fireplace in the middle of the living room. You've got glass all around you. And I love the wooden ceiling detail here. These ceilings have not been painted. And that's something that's especially rare. Almost all of the homes built in this era, what happened is that people thought they were too dark. They didn't like the ceilings, and they actually ended up painting them white. And I think that's really a travesty when you think about it, just because of how much these ceilings really sort of add and they kind of frame the view. So if you're wondering where this house is located, what view are you actually looking at here? This is the Port of Los Angeles and the harbor. So Catalina Island is probably actually out about over here. I think if you're in the yard, you probably can see it pretty well, maybe not so much from the house. You'll notice there's some bare concrete floors. Here, I think these have been stripped out. So that is something you might want to add back in. Again, this home isn't perfect. This home does need some work. Got here pool view. This is that Port of Long Beach Harbor. It's sort of down along the coast. Are there some things that this house absolutely needs? We do see some evidence of water damage just here in the pictures. I am sure this home definitely needs some work. Got a dining room space here. Again, this is under 2,000 square feet, but it is going to feel considerably bigger than that. Large kitchen, especially by 1960 standards, with a dishwasher. Very unusual for the time period. Even here in this kitchen, you've got a beautiful window that looks out over this view. Kind of get a better view of how the house is laid out here. This is that long part of the L. You've got kind of a cool little spot over here. This is the primary bathroom, which again it's actually pretty good sized. If you wanted to do a dual vanity setup in here, I think you could. I would really implore you to actually keep as much of that original cabinetry as possible. You've got some wood paneling on the walls, and these are the more private spaces in the home. Beautiful ceilings throughout. Again, these are good sized rooms. It's 3 bedrooms. You'll see there was carpet in the space before. This bedroom has, again, a beautiful view that looks out there. You don't have any power lines really obstructing this view either. This bathroom has been redone at some point, so it's pretty fresh. And then this really gives you an idea of this perspective. I think you can just see a little bit of the edge of Catalina Island here if you're looking. And this big front lawn area. Again, this whole property is about half an acre, and that gives you a sense of space from the house that I think you just don't get. I mean, it looks like really the coastline is just spread out before you here. You've obviously got views of downtown Long Beach from this direction. This is kind of that corner view with the tree on the end. I mean, really, this is just breathtaking. And I think there's really no substitute. And homes like this on this size of a lot, these just aren't going to exist too much longer. Again, this is that swimming pool, which has been emptied. This area around the pool clearly needs a little bit of work. So there's definitely a lot for somebody to do here. Garage space on the end here. And if you're kind of looking, you can see the home down here. It's kind of modified L shape. These lots were terraced out, right? But I mean, really, just the opportunity on a house like this. This is the kind of thing that you're not going to see very often. This gives you kind of a perspective of really how close to the water you actually are on this home. It's right here down here. You've got the city of San Pedro out here. I think for those of you that follow these things, the Korean Friendship Bell, I think, is about over out here on this point. I mean, really, just a cool property, a cool space, so much potential. And, is it a little hard to talk about a $1.6 million house as has lots of potential? I think it is, but the reality is this kind of lifestyle, this non-dense coastal living panoramic view lifestyle, I think that's a $3 million lifestyle in the very short future. So, even if you buy a home like this, it's not huge. Let's suppose you put in $200,000. I think you're going to get your money out on a house like this. I think this is one that, especially as an investment in the next 10 years plus, this is going to be one of those homes that really just goes for a crazy amount of money in 10 years, especially if you've sort of optimized what you have there. Really a unique lifestyle opportunity. That's the other thing I think we're big fans of here, is not just when the architecture itself is unique, but also when kind of the overall living arrangement and the lifestyle is something unique. So yeah, absolutely. If you are interested in taking a look at this house, definitely let us know. Again, it's not our listing, but if you're a buyer out there, you really deserve your own representation on a home. You deserve to have someone who is only looking out for your best interest, and we would love to be that broker for you. We know architectural properties, and even if this isn't the right house, or if you have an architectural unique lifestyle home to sell in the Southern California, we would absolutely love to work with you as well. Questions and comments, we do love them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we will see you again real soon.